to episode 90 of the Arya Bark Podcast. My name's Caroline and I'm coming to you today from my home in Fife in Scotland. If you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. It's great to have you here. How are we all doing? I hope you're well. I have been rocking the finishes the last few weeks. What I've started doing is I have a book. It's my knitting notes. We have projects and what bags they're in, the needle size, how much I think I'm going to use. That then gets changed into what I've actually used and the date that I finish it. Then I have make-alongs that I'm taking part in, projects that I'm planning on making for the make-alongs, and if I manage to complete it, I do need to make sure that this column here is to tick off that I've actually entered them in the make-along, because I do take part in make-alongs then don't actually enter them. So that's for that one. But what I've also been doing, obviously, because it's StashSmash, I have made a note of all the projects that I've finished, and what I've started doing this year is doing monthly totals, which has worked out really, really well. Obviously, as you can tell, January's totals, February's totals. So, I have finished 7 projects in February. In the last episode, I had finished 3, pretty sure it was 3. And I've made quite a fair dent in finishing off projects. I seem to have found my sweet spot, that if I cast on a whole load of projects at the end of December, it makes me more motivated in January to get a lot of them finished. And that seems to be going well. Now, I have been advised that there is another cast-on party coming. So, I may or may not have started a list of projects that I want to get done at the next cast-on party. Long-term viewers will know that in previous cast-on parties, I have went a bit cast-on happy, to the point where I do have, how many whips do I have? I do have a lot of whips that I'm trying to get rid of. Not get rid of, obviously, because the easiest way to get rid of your project is just rip it out. What I'm trying to do is work on them slightly more monogamously. Obviously, I cannot work on one project constantly. I just get bored. So I like to have a couple of projects I can pick and choose from. And that seems to be working. What I'll do is I'll have maybe 2 or 3 projects, actually 3 or 4 projects, if I'm being realistic, that I'll work on. And I'll work on one, and then I can swap out other projects when said project's doing my head in. I've done quite well so far. So let's get the party started, because we're 6 minutes in and there's still no knitting. You can find me on Ravelry as either Arya Bark or my personal account, which is Slouch. We have a Ravelry group, which is Arya Bark Podcast. We have an Instagram page, which is Arya Bark Designs. We have a Facebook page, which is Arya Bark Designs. We also have a Facebook group, which is Arya Bark Podcast. And we have a Discord group, which is Arya Bark Podcast. We also have a coffee page and a coffee shop, which is Arya Bark Podcast. I'm running 2 make-alongs at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to briefly mention the make-alongs, but what I'm going to do is make a separate video that I can just link to every podcast so that I don't have to go through the whole thing all the time. So we are running the ABP StashSmash 2024. It runs from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. That is being, all the make-alongs will be run on Ravelry. There is a hashtag that you can use on Facebook and on Instagram. However, prizes will only be drawn from the Ravelry group. If you are unable to use Ravelry, you are more than welcome to, I've left my email in the description box below. You're more than welcome to send me a picture, and you can also send me your pictures on Instagram. That's fine. I can add it into the threads. That's fine. We are also running the hashtag ABP Scrappy Mal 2024. Again, that's from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. I forgot to say what StashSmash is. StashSmash is just using your stash. It doesn't have to be from last year and back. It can be as long as it's in your hand, it's stash, you use it. Scrappy Mal is any scrappy project at all. Socks, blankets, cardigans, jumpers, mitts, hats, whatevs. If you are using a non-scrappy pattern, it does have to have a minimum with 4 separate colours. And if you are making a scrappy blanket, you will receive more entries depending on the size of the finished object. Obviously, scrappy socks are going to work out quicker than a queen size scrappy blanket. In this week's podcast, we have a little bit of coming in. No yarn has been, well, technically that's a lie, the yarn has been purchased, I've just not received it yet. So we're just going to say I've not purchased any yarn. We have Going Out, StashSmash whips, and a tiny bit of lined up. In this week's podcast, there is a little bit of Tunisian crochet and a whole lot of knitting. You can find timestamps for each section in the description box below, along with any patterns, shops, other podcasters that I speak about. As you're aware, my gorgeous friend Denise has a Ko-fi and an Etsy shop. I have purchased my Dear Designs Year of the Sock 2024 for this year, as I am really trying to get 12 pairs of socks by the end of the year. So I've got my disc. And it couldn't travel on its own. It would be lonely. So I purchased some more engraved stitch markers. We've got little shapes. They're all the same. And a stitch holder. Love it. Absolutely adore it. So I want to say a massive thank you to Denise for my nice new stitch markers and my disc that I will use on my socks should I actually get any socks finished. And that's all that's came in. Isn't this short? I have made a purchase from Mandy that should be coming shortly. I have purchased the March Birthstone collection, both the tonal and the variegated, and the March Mystery Sock Club. No, Start Again Mystery Mini Club. Again, I don't know what I'm going to do with that, with the Mystery Minis. I think I might need to get my finger out and decide what I'm doing. I can't actually remember if I thought of something last month. Might need to go back and check if I did. So that is literally all I've got coming in. When the yarn does come, you will see it, 'cause it's very pretty. It's very pretty. Minuscule for me. I'm trying to make a conscious effort to just not buy for the sake of buying. I do have a lot of yarn. Yarn barns don't work for me because it just makes me more determined to buy. If I like something, I'm going to buy it. If I don't see anything that particularly takes my fancy, I'm not just going to buy for the sake of buying. I'm doing well so far. I am so very, very, very happy. I have managed to finish 4 projects this month. So we'll start with the first one that I finished that I now cannot find. As you'll be aware, I am taking part in the kitchen sink shop hashtag Year of the Dishcloth 2024. You get, if you subscribe to the newsletter, you get an email every month. She has changed how she's issuing the patterns. Obviously, you'll either get it on the 1st. She does 2 runs of the emails. You get it on the 1st and you get it on the 15th. But it does make sure that for whatever reason you do get the pattern. I know last year there was a couple that I had to ask the gorgeous Heather to forward on to me, because for whatever reason they just didn't show up. So the February one was City of Light dishcloth by the Kitchen Sink Shop. This is it here. It's so nice. Now, I did make a modification to this one. I think the pattern had asked for a 3.25mm needle. I will be brutally honest, it was bulletproof. Working with cotton is hard enough. But working, now this, obviously the cotton that I think the request is Arm. It's a worsted yarn which is a 10-ply, which works out to be about Arm. Working that on a 3.25, it does make it bulletproof. Obviously this cotton is a DK weight, so it isn't as thick as the yarn, but it was just uncomfortable to work with. I went up to a 3.75, I'm sure. 3.5 I went up to. Which, by the time you block it, it does get a really nice fabric. The pattern was lovely. It was easy enough to knit up. Now, I started this one on the 12th. It was late on the 12th that I started this, and I'd had it finished by the 15th. If I remember correctly, I don't think I worked on it on the 14th. But this is enough. A nice pattern. Now, I used Hobie. I don't even have the yarn with me because of... put it away. I used Hobie 8/8 solid. It is shade 50, which is a light coral. It's 100% cotton. You get 75 metres and 50 grams. I used 28.71 grams or 43.07 metres. It's dishcloth. It's fine. As I said before, in order to get the pattern, now you still do have time for, well, not for that one, but for this month's one, which you'll see later on. If you sign up to the Kitchen Sink Shop newsletter, there's 2 runs for it. There's a run on the 1st and then there's another run on the 15th. It's free. There is actually recipes at the bottom to make stuff as well. The patterns remain free. They don't always go onto Ravelry in the month that the pattern comes out. Last month the Belgian waffle one got put on and the City of Lights one got put on. They will remain free on Ravelry up until next year, where they become paid for patterns. Again, they're dishcloths. So yeah, I don't think there's really anything else I can say about it. The pattern was nice. I preferred it being on a slightly bigger gauge. Yeah. My next finished object, I'll stick a picture in here, is my cast on number 2 for the 12 days of 2024, being run by Angela at Yarn and Yarns. Again, I'll leave details down below. And it is the Sockhead Slouch by Kelly McClure. This was a hat that I cast on for Andrew. As you can see, Krabby Pants is actually smiling. I did have to get him to retake the pictures again because the first time he looked like a convict. He looked like he was about to be shown on Scotland's Most Wanted. The yarn that I use, I made absolutely no modifications at all. I used a 2.75mm for the ribbon and a 3mm for the body of the hat and the decreases. He loves it. It got a bit tedious towards the end, and the crown decreases were just quick as anything. This is how much I've got left. I have about 28-ish, 29-ish grams left. This is colours. I don't have the ball band. I have tried looking for the ball band. I don't know where it is. I literally do not know where it is. Does this one have a ball band? That's probably why I couldn't find it. Actually, this one didn't have a ball band, so I couldn't show you it. It didn't come with one. Never mind. This is Karma's a Stitch fingering weight. It's a black and red. It is seriously pretty. Arya bum here, as per usual. Oh, wait a minute. There's another one. That might actually be a patch hair, to be honest. This one is a patch poodle hair. Absolutely love it. This was delish to work with. Absolutely love it. It is a 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. You get 360-ish meters in 100 grams. As I said, I use 71.56 grams or 261.19 meters. He's quite happy with it. He can turn the brim up on it. He can have it with just a single layer of the ribbon, and then it can be a wee bit more slouchy. He's happy. He loves the way this has worked out. It is really, really bonny. Loved it. The Sockhead Slouch is a free pattern on Ravelry or on Kelly's blog. I will link both down below. So yeah, that's another finished object. And this little nugget can go into my Tuna's miter blanket along with, it's my ball hugger from, well, Yarn Cozy from Tonia's mum. I do have my nugget to go into my blanket. I'm going to stick this in as well. The next finished object, which is finished object number 3, is my, what's this? Now, I also made a modification to this. So, this is the Advent from Mousewitch Yarns. Day 1. Do it that way. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, which, there you can see it's slightly better that way. What day did I got up to? I don't know. I've lost count. That one. Am I going back down the wrong way? No. Huh? Yes, I am. I'm going the wrong way. So that was that one. That I love. Absolutely love that. There's that one. Then there's that one. That one's seriously pretty as well. Then we have that one, which again, seriously pretty. And we have that one. And then we have that one. Now, here is where I made the modification. I had gone down a needle size. If I remember correctly, I went down a needle size. I've made a few modifications. I'm sure the pattern asked for a 3.75. I did it on a 3.5. It also is supposed to be done, like the garter ridges are supposed to be done. So for, wait a minute to make sure that this is going in the right direction. So for day 1, which is this one here, you would work day 1, then do the garter section in the same colour as day 1. I wanted it to have a contrasting colour, just so that when it came to the brioche, I don't think you're going to be able to see it in that one. Can you see? This is day 24. The brioche pearls were in the contrasting colour, and then I alternated where the light pearl grey was the knit stitch, Mandy's yarn was the purl stitch. To be honest, if I knit it again, I definitely wouldn't use a grey, or no that lighty a grey, because it just makes it look a wee bit dingy. And I would probably, in all honesty, do the yarn, the brioche knit stitches as the advent colour, and then the contrast colour for the purl stitches. Obviously I do still like this one, but the sections where I alternated it, where it was the advent yarn was the knit stitch, the next brioche section it was the purl stitch. Albeit the purl stitch is nice, I do prefer this one. Well, those sections, because there's it in a slightly less dark colour. See, it does look. And then the next one, yeah, I still enjoyed it. The last modification that I made, once you've done the full thing, you then graft it together. Now at this point, you'll be able to see, if I turn it that way, the brioche tends to pucker it a wee bit. So I wanted to open up the eyelets and straighten things up a wee bit. So when it came to here, I had to bind off both sections, which was not fun. So what I done is I just mattress stitched it together. It's, for me, I'm not that fussed. Obviously, you can see it a wee bit, and you can feel a bit of a ledge, because I just mattress seamed the entire thing. I don't really care. I'm happier that I was able to block it and obviously pull out the eyelets a bit more. Obviously, the next time I come to block it, I think what I might do is have it line up slightly so that I can pull the sections, but again, it's fine. It's so squishy. I was going to put it on, however, I'm having a hot moment. I will, on the project page, there will be a picture of it wrapped twice. It does wrap comfortably twice. And I have a whole chunk of the Advent left over, which I'm really, really happy about, because I do want to get my 3 Advents into my Chinese miter blanket, which I'm able to do, so it's fine. The only issue I have is I didn't keep a proper note of how much I was using. So what I've done, I knew exactly how much of the light pearl grey I've done, so I've just weighed it. It came to, I think it was 279 Yeah, I'm sure it was 270. Actually, I'll be able to tell you right now how much it gave me. 279 grams. So what I did is I knew I used a full 100 grams of the light pearl grey. I did use an additional 25.10 grams of the light pearl grey because I did have to buy another bowl. So in total of the light pearl grey, I used 125.10 grams or 512.91 metres. And Mandy's Advent, which is stunning. Mandy's Advents are up. They're on sale now. Go over and buy them. They're awesome. I used 153.90 grams or approximately 615.60 metres, which means in total this gorgeousness was 279 grams and 1,128.51 metres. I can't stop stroking it. It's the brioche. I have really enjoyed, you'll see coming up, this was the reason why I changed to brioche on another one of my projects, and I genuinely do want to do an all over brioche blanket. However, it will take forever because, let's be honest, doing a brioche blanket is going to be a nightmare. However, I was thinking, well, it just popped into my head, I could always do it as if it was like the northeasterly or like a jelly roll and just cast on X amount of stitches. That's the plan. However, I'm very happy with this. I said I used a 3.5mm needle. I would knit this project again. The Sleigh All Day, I never even said what it was. Sleigh All Day Cowl is by Allison Stuefer, who is Loopy Loops yarn. I will leave it linked down below. This is a paid for partner in Ravelry. It's $7 or £6.4-ish. I do believe you can get it on the Lofty Loops website. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. I don't know, because I would have wrote it down. I genuinely don't know. I will leave links down below. Love it. Absolutely adore this. This is going to go into rotation with my, I can't remember what my other cowl was called. One second to see what my other cowl was called, because it's going to bug me. What's that cowl called? The Festive Cheer Cowl. I'll swap them out when I'm out. It is going to be a nice warm squishy cowl. Absolutely adore it. My last finished object, and I don't have any of the yarns left because I've just stuck them all in a bag. What a complete moment. My next finished object, my ends have not been woven in yet because I was just happy to get it finished. This is the Fragmentation Shawl by Stephen West. It's a paid for pattern on Ravelry. You can buy the pattern individually, which is €6 or £5.55-ish. However, it does come as part of the modular colouring shawls ebook, which is €36 or £33.33-ish. This was where I was the last time you saw it. So we'll do it this way. I was there. I managed to get my 6 wedge done and the whole of number 7. And all I'm going to say is there is something to be said about doing the I-cord bind off as you're going. Absolutely love it. The one thing that does, I wouldn't say it annoys me. I'm a bit, really. We all know Stephen does love an I-cord bind off, which is fine. It looks very, very pretty. I'm not going to lie. It looks lush. It really does look lovely. However, I'm going to do something and then you'll see my point. So, this is how big this shawl is. Right, now I'm holding, actually I'll do it this way because it'll be easier. I might need to kneel on the chair. No, I'm definitely going to have to kneel on the chair because I can't get my chair back in. Let's see if I can get this whole thing in. I didn't aggressively block this. However, can you imagine picking up here and going all the way around? Talk about a nightmare. Thankfully obviously this is wedge 1. When you get to the end of wedge 1, you then bind it off. When you get to, obviously you then place these stitches on hold and then work your next section. Then once you get to the end of it, he tells you how to do it again. I genuinely did love getting, I think this section, I think I may possibly have bound it off wrong because my I-cords went wonky at that side, so I think I bound that off on the wrong side. But for the rest of it, absolutely love it. Now, yarns that I used, this is going to take a while. So, let's find a section. I should have left my markers in. I took them all out. What am I? So, we have this one here is Mousewitch yarns in the shade Hyacinth. I used 57.52 grams or 230.8 meters. The next one is here, and this is Mousewitch Yarns Mother's Day Bouquet. Again, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. You get 400 meters and 100 grams. I used 54.69 grams or 218.76 meters. The next one is this gorgeousness. It's so squishy and soft. I am actually going to pause here and actually get the yarns because I think that what I've wrote for that is wrong. So I've gone and I have gotten the 75. No, it's not. I knew that wasn't a 75-25. Right. I'm going to bring out all the yarns. Might be here for a while. Right, so I've got all the yarns. So, Mousewitch yarns, obviously colour A. Got a fair chunk of this left. Mousewitch yarns, this is the Mother's Day Bouquet. C was the Fibre Sanctuary. The Fibre Sanctuary, this was from my lovely friend Sarah. This I have down as being a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. That's a load of rubbish. It's not. It is I've managed to squidge it. It's 85% 15, I think. I don't know why that's went so wonky. What a stupid way to find that. I'm looking for it and it's down here. It's 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. You get about 400 meters and 100 grams. It is so soft. It's lush. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely love this. I'm going to put them back in the bag. The next one is For the Love of Yarn. This is in colourway Steak Lorn. This was a gift from a friend, Heather. It's 100% merino. Sorry, hiccups. You get 400 metres and 100 grams. I used... Oh, did I say how much Sarah's that I used? In case I didn't. I used 51.96 grams a Sarah's one, which was 207.84 metres. Heather's one, I used 53.11 grams or 212.44 metres. So that's Sarah's one, Heather's one. The next one is this one here, which is from the lovely Denise. And it's Dear Designs Bright Pumpkin. This is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. You get 400 metres and 100 grams. I use 60.52 grams or 242.08 metres. How pretty is that? Lush. The next one, I don't know where the ball band is for this. This is my yarny corners between my hair, Arya's hair and Patchy's hair. This is my yarny corner and the colourway Cocktail Hour. I'll show you that way. It's a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. You get 400 metres and 100 grams. I used 55.87 grams or 223.48 metres. I need to stick that there because that needs to go into another bag. And finally, again, we have Mouse Witch Yarns. This was a gift from Mandy. From a Christmas, not Christmas Day, Christmas before. And this one's called Caroline's. It is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. You get 400 metres and 100 grams. I used 54.03 grams or 216.12 metres. And this is my friend's shawl. I've no snipped on my ends. It is absolutely stunning. I know the colours don't technically go and some of them kind of clash, but this gives me warm fuzzies. It really does. It's massive. Like, seriously, I'm like me. Right, let's see if I move this back, right, and see if you can see. Right, I'm quite small, and it literally comes to about here, just above my knees. It is a big, squishy loveliness. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's lush. It does a really good impression of a blanket. Not gonna lie. Draped to my knees. It's lush. I really, really, really do love this pattern. Do I think I would make another one? Yes, I would. In all honesty, I probably would. All together, I used 387.7 grams or 1,550.80 metres. It's big, it's squishy, it's yarn from either purchased from friends or gifted from friends. Love it. Absolutely adore it. This is going to stay in here and I'm going to use it all the time. That is all my finished objects. It took a while because I got a wee bit yappy. Which means this podcast I have completed 766.97 grams or 2,588.57 metres, which is a lot for a few weeks. there was a lot of stitches in it. What I haven't included in the going out is the progress that I've been making on my blankets. I have started up actual login on the computer, how much I'm using for each of them. But I'll go through them. I'm not going to... I've decided I'm not going to add them to the total because it becomes really confusing about what's been added, what hasn't been added. So the easiest option is I will show progress on it in WIPs, but I'm not going to count any of the finishes until it's actually finished. That's my plan. For the whole of February, now I have completed the Nightfall Shawl. I'll stick pictures in. The Coziest Memory Mug Rug. The Woven Fingerless Mats. City Lights Dishcloth. Sockhead Slouch. Sleigh All Day Cowl. And the Fragmentation Shawl. So that's 7 finishes. Just checking 2, 4, 6, 7. Yes, that. 7 finishes in February. That brought my February total to 1,022.11 grams and 4,015.63 metres. Look out. It's a lot for a month. The mug rug didn't really use that much. I genuinely do think I've found my sweet spot where I'm still casting on like socks and the dishcloths, but I'm not just casting on with wild abandon. I am still itching to cast on a cozy memory blanket. I have not done so yet. Only because I know I don't need to start another blanket. I do need to start getting some of these blankets finished. I'm not saying I won't cast one on, because I probably will when I finish my Tuesday miter blanket, but I'm trying to think of a way that I can do it that's going to get worked on, and I haven't quite figured that one out. As you know, my goal is to craft 25,000 metres from my stash. Previous outgoing was 1,607.93 metres. The 4 projects that I finished this podcast has added another 2,588.57 metres. That brings my total outgoing to 4,196.5 metres. Incoming, I have bought no yarn this podcast, which means my total still remains at 6,264.92 metres. Again, disclaimer, a lot of that was not purchased, it was gifted, and it was gifted for jumpers for Arya Patch. Just saying. So that means to target I have 20,803.5 metres. This year seems to be going quite well. I'm not going to say that halfway through the year something's going to happen, it's going to knock my totals off, but so far I seem to be on track for getting stuff finished and to be able to hit that goal. I have crocheted 1,079.83 metres. I have knit 3,191.43 metres. I've not spun anything and I've not woven anything. As you know, I'm taking part in the Ravelry Project Challenge. My challenge was to craft, it says 30 on here, but I think it might be 32. I don't know at what point I changed it to 32, but I'm pretty sure it's 32. The project's complete is correct, the percentage is correct, I just never upped the 30 projects to 32. So my challenge is to craft 32 projects in 2024. I have completed 12, which brings me to 38%. I am ecstatic. I think this has been the best year for me to finish stuff. I don't know if that's because of the topping out mal, where you finish projects between January and March, so that's given me a push, or that I am determined that I will not. I'm wanting to get my project totals down. Obviously you can see gaps in the shelf, there's projects sitting. I do want to get some of my stash used up. I do want to get some of my projects finished. So it is literally just keeping pushing on with it. The next project that I'm actively pushing to get finished is my Iron Circle. That's been on the needles a while. The Iron Circle was started on the 25th of June 2022. So it's a long time it's been sitting. That's the next project that I'm wanting to get done. In order of when they were started, the Trinity Mitre blanket, that's needing to get done. I think I'm going to have to sit and have a think about how I work the blankets. I think at some point what I'm going to do is start back up doing Scrappy Sundays. I do try to work on it. Sometimes there is just days during the week where it's like, I think there was a couple of times during the week last week where it was like, I'm not really in the mood to work on anything. I think I'll stick some Mary My Advent in my Trinity Mitre blanket. I think I need to start looking at projects realistically. I do have a lot of blankets. What am I sitting at right now for blankets? I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 blankets, of which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are scrappy. The Granny Stripe, albeit it is technically scrappy, it's using the same yarn brand, and the Polygon, that's the same, albeit that's technically scrappy. I'm using a particular brand for that, so albeit it's scrappy, it's no juice, anything that's left gets put in it. The Habitation Throw is not scrappy. The Sonia's Mosaic blanket isn't scrappy. The Battenberg blanket is. Triangulum is. Northeasterly is. The Counting Sheep blanket isn't. That's another one that I really need to get my finger out and get finished. In the progression, I need to get the Trinity Mitre blanket finished because that's my longest running whip right now. Is that I need to check the hibernating projects and make sure there's nothing sitting there that's needing. Ryan's Scottish Gas blanket, I've still not come up with a plan for what I'm doing with that. The Blurry Rainbow, I think I need to do a rethink of that. I'm wanting to do a rainbow. I don't think I've got the orange. Is it an orange? Lime. I've got lime. The acid yellow was the other one that I might not have enough of. See, orange, yeah. The orange, I'll literally have 50 grams of it left. And I don't think that's enough to make an entire jumperette. Clearly 50 grams isn't enough to make a jumperette, let's be honest. I don't think there's enough there even to do the stripes that there'll be enough to make it consistent throughout the whole thing, so I might need to rethink some of my colours. Worst case scenario, I can always go on to a warehouse and place an order for, what's it called? What's the Yarnsmith DK called? Is it Yarnsmith Crate? Yes. Aaron 4-ply Yarnsmith Crate DK. Do you have a yellow one? Oh, you have got an orange. I think what I might do is redo the colours for my Rainbow Blurry. I can add more colours in. Yeah, I think that's might actually be what I do. And they've got a bright red, they've got a bright orange, they've got bright yellow. Do you have a bright blue? They've got a strong blue. I think that might be my plan. The only colours they don't seem to have is clover. I take that back, they have got green. Yeah, I think that's what I might do. I might actually just place an order. Speak nice to Ryan. I'll work out roughly how much. 100 grams each of them should be enough. That could be a plan. I may be one less project for a short period while I work out if that would work. So yeah, I don't know what the next one is. Definitely the Iron Circle to get finished. I think that is the only project that I have left, if I remember correctly. Yeah, for the top and out mob, the Iron Circle is literally the only thing I've got left to finish. Obviously, it's anything that you started, any whips from before the 1st of January. If I do manage to finish anything else, then I can stick it in. I do need to be making sure that I'm finishing off stuff for every single one of the make-alongs. Obviously, the Fragmentation Shawl is for the top and out mile. It covers Mandy's Stephen West marathon, which is still running. It's just no for prizes, it's just for fun. I might do that later while I'm knitting later on. I might have a sit and think about what projects I'm wanting to do. I like to have something that keeps my interest. I like to have something that I can just sit and work on. So that's my plan. I haven't, obviously, because of the amount of finishes I've got, I've not really been working on very much. Ryan's socks from January are still... I have made progress on them. Where were they the last time you saw them? The last time you saw them I was down here. I have managed to get the heels in. I am just working up the legs. I really do need to focus on getting stuff finished. I think I had said, if you do watch the March vlogs that I'm doing, my plan is if I do finish the 4 pairs of socks, I'm going to try and get these finished. At the moment, it is literally just going round and round in circles for 8 inches. I think I said before, I think it's about 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, it's about 100 rounds that I put in for his leg. I'm loving how they're working up. I will be totally honest with you. These are the basic socks with integrated heel by Ailbíona McLochlainn. I've done a fair bit for the last time you saw it. Obviously right now these are on the back burner until I get the March socks finished. I am using... Do I have a ball band in here? Yes, I do. Okay, maybe not pro. I'm using the West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply. This is in shade 878, which is Winter Icicle. This is it here. This was for Denise's Year of the Sock 2024. And it was, I think the prompt for January was Winter Blues. So that's these ones. And yeah, they're not done. I started them in January and they're still not done. I do need to have a very long, hard talk with myself about how I'm going to work my projects, because obviously monogamous doesn't work for me at all. I get bored, as I said. I'm not going to lie, I do really, really like the integrated heel patterns by Ailbíona McLochlainn. They are paid for patterns on Ravelry or on, I keep saying on Ailbíona's website, I'm not entirely sure if they are. I will definitely check that. They are €4.50 or £4 4-ish. And for that, €4.50 or £4 4 you get two patterns. You get cuff down or toe up. The patterns are really nice. Obviously, she tells you there is a picture tutorial on this part. She gives you how to modify it for different yarn weights. Thank you, Heather, for reminding me. She does actually tell you how to use DK sock yarn for this pattern. Duh. You get the 4-ply, the sport, she tells you how to use it. I'm sure it's sport weight. I will check. Right, you get fingering weight, sport weight, and DK yarn. She tells you what size roughly to go for each of those. She has a foot length guide if you know what shoe size somebody is but you don't have their actual foot. I've used these since Heather recommended the pattern to me. I have used them. That is pretty much the only heel I'll put in, unless I'm trying to think. I don't actually think I have actually done another heel on any of the other socks. It's always been this heel. It is great value for money. Obviously, you know, wholeheartedly obsessed with Ailbíona. The signature 4-ply is a 75% wool, 25% nylon. You get 400 meters and 100 grams. I am using a 2.25 millimeter higher sharp. And again, it's socks for Ryan. They're going to take forever because he likes them to come up under his armpits. So I'm just going to keep working on these. Will I take a picture? No, I won't. I'll take a picture before I move the stitch marker, because I haven't done the pictures yet. So that's that one. I'm just going to keep... I probably won't work on these unless I manage to finish versus arthritis socks. Obviously, if I manage to get them finished Monday night or Tuesday, then I probably will work on them a wee bit so that I'm not starting them early, or will I start them early? I've not quite decided. My next project, I'm not going to lie, this is literally, this is the reason why I miss drinking. Love the pattern. It's nothing to do with the pattern. It is decisions that I'm making. I have made a start on the sleeve just to break up the fact that I decided brioche, around 15 inches of brioche would be fantastic. This is my arm circle. Again, another pattern by Ailbíona McLochlainn. Is a paid for pattern on Ravelry or on Ailbíona's website. I don't think that price is right. The Arm Circle is €6 or £5.36-ish. No, it's a circle, no, the Arm Circle. I called it the Arm Circle because I'm making an arm one. It is for the pattern. Well, when you buy the pattern, it tells you it is definitely for Aaron. So I've made an arm one. However, you can use DK in it as well. Again, you're not going to be able to see it properly until I finish the brioche. This is my beginning round. This was where I was the last time you saw it. I think I said in the last episode I wanted to get 5 inches done, if I remember correctly. I have done 4.5. However, it would have been 5 had I not started the sleeve because it was doing my head in. Love the brioche. It is squish-tastic. Absolutely love it. I'm literally putting in I don't know what I did there. I'm not dropping it back down because, like, I don't care that much. What I've been doing is sticking bulb markers in. So the next time I pick this up, I'll move this bottom bulb marker up to here. I'll work on it. Then the next time I pick it up, I'll move this one up. It's just so that I can mark how much progress I'm getting done in it. It's taken forever. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic once it's finished. I need to knit 13 inches, or is it 15 inches? I can't remember. This is the hardest part of it. And it's not even hard as in difficult, it's how long it takes to get it done, because it's a lot of stitches on the go and you're constantly having to move around. And I'm going to change my stitch markers because my wee pointy fingers keep catching my brioche. So I've put my wee ice pandas on. Yeah, I'm just going to keep working on it. I do enjoy working on it. It's just taken a while. I have marked how many decreases I'm needing to go. So I've got 5 more sets of decreases to go, and then it's just plain knitting. Again, for the cuff, I'm going to do brioche. I did try it on. Not hugely successfully because obviously it's still on a needle. However, I need to get it to sit properly. Yeah. I think by the time I get that finished, I'm not going to have that much. Obviously, I do want... I'm likely... Did she say how... Yeah, she's wanting 5 inches of a cuff. I think I will do the 5 inches of a cuff, because then I can turn them down. I think it might make it... Obviously, I've got wee short down. As Andrew likes to say, I have dinosaur arms. Yeah, I think that should be nice. And obviously once it flips over, it's going to be squished. Yarn, I don't have a ball band for this, I will be brutally honest. This is Stylecraft Special Aran with wool. It is shade 2494, which is grey jazz net. You get 860 metres and 400 grams. I split it off into, because I've got this one, this, I'm sure this is still the same 400 gram ball, if I remember correctly. Ryan's left. This is still the same 400 gram ball, or is it? I don't know. I've lost track. I'll wait once it's finished. Got this for the sleeve. I have finished the ball that the brioche was on. I could technically attach this ball. I'm not going to, because it's just too much to have connected. I'm going to do this. I'm going to finish this arm. I will do another 5 inches on here, and then I plan on picking up this sleeve. Yeah, I plan on picking up that sleeve, do that sleeve, then that'll just leave me a couple inches at that point to finish this. I do have another ball, or possibly 2, I need to go check, of this sitting. I'm just going to keep working on it. The plan is I will definitely be working on it alongside the March socks. There isn't that much thinking to this right now, because I'm literally just going round in circles. This, every X amount of rows I need to decrease. Again, no much thinking to this. So it is quite a nice one to do on Zoom. Or if I just have 0 headspace. The brioche is nice. I do prefer it to the fisherman's rib that I'd done. I was saying to the ladies on Zoom, part of me wishes that I'd done it 2-colour, because I seem to be quicker with 2-colour brioche. Plus you can see your progress on 2-colour brioche. Because it's just the same constantly, you don't really get to see how much progress you've made. I still love it. I definitely do want to get it finished. I definitely do want to get it finished for Mousy's Makes and Belinda Bubbles topping out Mal. Whether I'm going to get it finished, I will be brutally honest, I genuinely don't think I will get it finished. It is hard going. It's hard going on my hands. The constant having to shuffle the stitches round, it's a colossal pain in my backside. I am using my 5mm, no it's not, it's 4mm because I'm on the collar. I'm using my 4mm Mindful needles on the Mindful cable, which is nice. However, I have heard a few horror stories about the cable snapping. And obviously if you look at mine is bending slightly. As far as I can see, it's not damaged. I just have to be careful, which is why I genuinely sit it. Normally when I'm knitting on Zoom, I'm sitting here and I'll have it sitting on the desk and there's no weight put on the needles at all. I'm hoping by the next time I podcast there will be some more progress put on it. I am secretly hoping that one, if not both the sleeves will be done. I doubt very much if I'm going to have it finished for the next podcast, let's be honest. So that is that. Is there anything else I need to say about that? I don't think so. As you will be aware, I'm taking part in the Versus Arthritis #March Knitting Challenge 2024. As I discussed before, my challenge is going to be to knit 4 pairs of socks in 4 weeks. What I'll do is I'll leave an iCard to day 1 of the vlog. Because it goes into details about how I chose the pattern and all this. Carry on. However, the first pattern that I chose is the Speckled Space Socks by Amanda Stevens. This is a free pattern on Ravelry. I will leave it linked down below. This is day 1's progress. This is day 2's progress. I think I worked out 7. I've got 17 rounds to go until I finish this pattern repeat. Then I need to do another 4 rows of the next one before I start the heel. So I've got 21 rounds to go until I do the heels. Modifications that I'm planning on making to the pattern, I am going, as I said earlier on, I'm going to be using the Basic Socks with Integrated Heel by Ailbíona McLochlainn for the heels. I am making a UK size 5 because I've got teeny tiny feet. It is now 2:30 on Sunday. I need to get 2 heels in today. Probably not going to happen. No, unless there's a miracle and I don't sleep. But I doubt it. Really, really nice pattern. I am using... Sorry, I had a complete and utter moment. I am using Mousewitch yarn in the Birthstone collection. This is Amethyst Variegated. Excuse the 101.46 grams. That's how much was in the cake. In the ball when I wound it. You get about 100 grams, 400 metres. Obviously, I have made a note of exactly how much was in it, just so that I can get my maths right. So yeah, are you wanting to see the cakes? Because the cakes are a wash. Obviously, this comes in a 100 gram skein. I wind it off into a cake. However, I do split my cake off into 2 balls for each of the legs that weren't this tangled when I picked it up. They really weren't this tangled when I picked it up. I know this one is looking slightly darker than that one. It really isn't. As you can tell, it's not. It's very braidy. They're so nice. Absolutely love it. Love the yarn, love the pattern, getting on great guns. As I said, I do need to complete 35 rounds per day. That's not including the heel, because the heel works out to be about 40 rounds. I could technically split the heel and do the heel over 2 days. However, I'm going to try and get the heels done on one go. That way it just leaves me the 3 pattern repeats for the leg. So yeah, or 2 and a bit pattern repeats for the leg actually. So that is my progress. Absolutely loving it. I have linked the Versus Arthritis fundraising page, because obviously I'm raising money for Versus Arthritis. I have linked it down below. I don't think I remembered to put the Versus Arthritis website in. I will definitely remember to do that. The fundraising page is linked below this video. I have also linked it on the Arya Bark Facebook page. I don't know if I can link it on Linktree. I will try to link it on Linktree, to be honest with you, that might be easier. On Instagram. Yeah, so that is that one. I forgot to say, I'm using a 2.5 millimeter high sharp. I will be entering these into Denise's hashtag Year of the Sock 2024. The prompt for March is Purple Rain. These are purple socks, so they can definitely be entered. I'm also going to do them for the Versus Arthritis. If you do want to follow on the Arya Bark page, I will be posting daily updates on how I'm getting on each day. It's normally the day after. And very rarely do I get it done early enough that I can do it that day. I normally do it first thing in the morning, take a picture, do the post, put it on. It is on my personal Facebook page. I don't know how that's technically going to work if you're not friends with me. I don't know. It should still work, because obviously the page is public. So yeah, that is that one. And do I have time to show my Trinity Mitre blanket? Well, you keep telling me you like long podcasts, so here we go. One more project is not going to kill me. Albeit it's a good job Patch wasn't underneath here, because he would have been killed by the landslide that's just happened off the bed. As you're aware, I am making a very, very hard push. I am on square 3. I believe. Yeah. I'm coming up to finishing square 3. As you can see, it's not sitting right. I'm on the last square. I'm on the top row of square 3. I do have a full strip down the side to go as well. Where was I the last time you saw it? I have put in... It's not going to work, is it? I have to do it that way. So I have put in this lot, this lot, those ones, anyway, right, so I've done those 2 all the way up. I'd already done this lot, so it's just that one, then those 2 strips, so from here, those ones all the way along, and I'm just putting in this one, then I'll go back up, and then that'll be block 3 finished. At the moment I'm putting in the Advent yarns. I do have my triplet Cowl yarn to go in. I have Andrew's Sockhead Slouch hat, Sockhead Slouch yarn to go in. I won't be putting in this Ryan's yarn that's been put into the rest of the DK stash. I will use that when I find a DK project to make. What other stuff's going in here? The minis from the Mandy's from Mouse Witch Yarns Advent, Sock Set Advent, they're going in here. All the yarn for the Fragmentation Shawl will get their square put in, and any other projects that finish. I'm trying to think, what have I finished this year that I can put in this blanket? Let me have a wee squiz. The triplet can go in. The Nightfall Shawl, because I did have that sitting here a minute ago. Found Rocket and Poppy. I don't think I've got enough to do a square each. I have just gone and checked. I use anywhere between 2.48 grams and 2.89. Recently is the highest that I've went. Yeah, 2.89, 2.75. Yeah. There's 4 and 5 grams left of this, so I should have enough to do a square each. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick these in my corner to corner blanket. I will be able to do that. I'll stick them in my corner to corner blanket first. That's about the same. It takes about between 2 and 3 grams. I think I'll do that. I'll do the solid square in my corner to corner blanket, and then what I'll do is I'll just stripe them the way I have in my Nightfall Shawl into the square. That way I know exactly what it is. What other thing can I put in? The woven fingerless gloves, that can go in. I have the yarn there to put in for Andrew's hat. As I said, the Sleigh All Day Cowl was made out using my Advent. I have got the yarns here. In the packet from Mandy, I have Tonya's yarn, Mandy's yarn. They go in together in Mandy's packet. I have got the Advent from My Yarny Corner. I'm sticking that in as well, despite the fact I still haven't finished that project. Sorry, crinkles. I've still not finished that project. However, I did buy 2 Advents from My Yarny Corner. One to stick in that blanket there, and obviously these ones have been added. Is that right? Yeah, those ones have been added into the shortest stay wrap, is what I'm doing with that one. They've been added in, so I'm literally just working my way through. I am on day 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that's the next one, the My Yarn Corner one to go in, and I'll just keep putting them in until it's in, and at that point I'll add everything that I finished this year into it. I have another 15 to add in to finish this block. That is not including what's left to go in from this bag. Obviously you can see there's still yarns in here to go in. There is this one. That is seriously pretty. What's that? What are you? Because you're so nice. Oh, that's an opal. I've also got this bag that I can take minis out from. I have this bag, which I think might actually already be in. I need to check this bag because this might actually be the bag that's got all them in that already. I may or may not have a lot of wet shorts or spinner bags that have minis in them. That one will definitely no be in. That one is... There's another full mini there. This might be the bag, give or take, that has been put in already. Minus that. I know for a fact that one has. And that one. I think I might have got my bags mixed up. Right, I've took all the minis out of that because clearly that wasn't what that was supposed to go into. Yeah, so I've got this one. I've got... Yeah, that's the ones that I've got Mandy's Advent minis in. The plan is, once I have put all the Advent yarn in, it'll then go into my fake Battenberg blanket because I'm going to get all the Advents in that one as well. I do need to get my Hexie out of that one. I don't know if I've said, this is the Bandwagon Blanket by Beth Graham. I started this back in 2019, 2020. 12th of April 2020 I started that. It's been going a while. Obviously, I've not worked on it. There was a good few years that it's not been worked on. I did have a rather nice discussion with the lovely Nancy about how I'm going to finish this off. I still haven't decided how I'm finishing this off, whether I'm going to do bite the bullet and just do an I-cord bind off on it. I will cross that bridge when I come to it. I am using a 4.5mm Knit Pro Symphony Tunisian hook. The Bandwagon blanket is a free pattern on Ravelry. I will leave links to it down below. I've done mine slightly different to how she's done hers. She's done hers where it literally sits like that, and then you would add another one on here. I'm not wanting mine like that. I'm wanting a complete... I'm wanting it to sit like that. A bit like a cozy memory, but Tunisian. Yeah, so that's my plan for this one. And that's everything that I've worked on. That's a lie, it's not everything that I've worked on. I have put a few more rounds into my granny stripe blanket. No enough to show any progress, because I think I've only added in three stripes, and 2 of them are white. As I said before, it is now March the 3rd. On the 1st of March, which was on Friday, I did receive the key lime dishcloth. Will I be able to stick a picture in because I don't actually have it on Ravelry? I'll try and stick a picture in. I have received it, I have got it bagged up and ready to go. Is this it? Yes, it is. I have the needles, I have the yarn. This is apricot, I think, if I remember right. I need to get back onto my show notes. Yes, shade 65, which is apricot. Where's the shade number? There, it's there. Shade 65, apricot, and again, Hobie 8/8, 100% cotton. What I have done this time is go back up to 3.75. I think the pattern asks for Keyline dishcloth is by the Kitchen Sink Shop. It is the March dishcloth. The pattern does recommend a 3.25mm. Again, my hands hurt. My fingers hurt normally. I don't need it bulletproof. I'm doing a 3.75. I'll see how it looks on the 3.75. I may possibly go down to a 3.5. There is absolutely no way I'm doing a 3.25. It's a simple enough texture pattern, so it shouldn't take me that long to do. I'll do it one day on Zoom, to be honest. So yeah, that is all. Just checking. Alright, that was the wash machine telling me it's finished. Yeah, so I haven't really been up to much. I hadn't been feeling great yesterday. I feel slightly better today. I did have a bit of a headache this morning. However, I have took some painkillers for that, so I feel okay. The rest of today, I am going to get this edited, get the vlog edited, get both of them uploaded. And while I'm doing that, I'm going, well, first of all, I need to go see to the washing machine. Once I've edited everything and got that uploaded, then I'm just going to keep knitting on the socks. As I said, it's now 3 o'clock and I've not knit anything on my socks today, so I need to get that done and to get pictures taken. So we'll see what gets done. Again, I don't think I'm going to get both socks done today, to be honest. I'll just need to wait and see. So plans coming up. I've got Andrew's appointment on Tuesday, and that's about it. I genuinely don't do very much if I have to. Next weekend is possibly going to be a busier one. It is Mother Sunday next Sunday. Arya has a blood donation next Sunday. Ryan is working next Sunday. So I don't have any hard and fast plans. Anything else? I don't think so. I think that's everything. Apologies for the long podcast, however. I've not spoken to you in ages. Yeah, so if you could like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. If there is anything that you would like to ask me, leave it in the comments. Yeah. I am now going to go. I'm going to see to my washing machine and I'm going to go get a cup of tea. And hopefully I'll be able to get some knitting done. So I hope you have a lovely crafty few weeks until I'm back. And I'll see you again soon. Bye!